The battle is done. Take the win. Trouble will find you soon enough. The old saying, favoured by Erith warriors, rang around her head for perhaps the 50th time. It had been a comfort when she first remembered it. Now it was irritating. Even in offering comfort, the Erith still warned of danger. The battle was won, a very short time ago. It had ended in the middle of the night, and it was now barely morning. In the underground space not far away, the blood was still fresh, bodies still warm. A single cadre of White Guard. The Shifkin Prime. A dozen Shifkin. Arrow. Such small numbers. Erith and kin putting aside their differences, their long, bitter and bloody history against a common threat. They had stood against the dark. Against humans. Against Erith predators that had no business here in the human world. Against beings that had been human once, twisted and fueled by unclean magic. Against Surjuzi, the Erith's deadliest enemy. Stood and held. None of the bodies beneath them were Erith or kin. The battle was won, and even though she was out in the air, away from the cloying dark, her whole body was still primed to fight, heart racing too fast, fine tremor in her fingers, stomach twisting. The battle was won. Every bone ached. She was spattered in dirt and blood and what looked like ash but was in fact the aftermath of battle magic. Her eyes were gritty with the stuff and with tiredness. Her mouth and nose were full of the scent of death and damp earth. The scent was even in her hair, loose strands brushing against her face in the light morning breeze, blonde shaded with dirt. She pulled out hairpins with uncoordinated movements and bundled the tangle back up again. It would have to do. Her mind would not settle on anything, thoughts scattering. Too many fresh memories. Memories like the bodies in the underground, the wreck of the human who had willingly pulled a Surjuzi into him, the demon eating away at his body until there was little but flesh and bone remaining. The other humans, less distorted, who had helped him. The Surimok pair, Erith beasts who should not be here. Across cultural divide, language barriers and their history, the Shifkin and Erith had simply been warriors, fighting a common cause. She doubted any of them were foolish enough to believe this would last, that there would never be conflict between their races again. Yet for some time after the fighting was done, there had been an odd kind of peace, as the warriors worked to thoroughly check the rest of the underground space for threats, then made their way up to the wide wooden doors that led here. Out to the human-made road.